So, are you going to have an attempt at fasting?
I am, yeah, absolutely.
Well, I've noticed in the last few years, quite a lot of like non-Muslims are giving it a go in Ramadan, just to see how it feels. They might have Muslim work colleagues.
I've got loads of Muslim pals, and I've never really known what it was.
A lot of people think fasting is just abstaining from food and drink.
Yeah.
That's the big part of it. But there's also a lot of spiritual things going on as well. You know, like you've got to really control your thoughts. You can't lose your rag, which is pretty difficult when you're hungry. Yeah. Basically, everything that you do in the day, you've got to try and do it as a good deed. It's everything that we do within the day. As long as it's classed as, as long as we're doing it from a good nature, good intentions, we're getting blessings for it. The first 7 days are hard. They are really, really hard because it's a shock. It's a shock to the system, No bacon butties.
Yeah.
No alcohol. Abstain from sex. Abstain from any kind of backbiting, malicious talk. Basically, if you see something that's not right and you don't fix it to make it right, that could cancel your fast as well.
And can you have water at this point?
No water.
No water? Wow.
Yeah, no water. One of the biggest questions I get asked by non-Muslims about fasting, they always say is, but you're allowed to have water during the day, aren't you? No, sorry, no water whatsoever.
My mouth is as dry as, well, I can't say, because you're not allowed to swear. Quite stressful. Saturday, in Lidl, just had a lady push in front of me in the queue. I sent her kind thoughts, did my best, but my mouth is very dry. Just bought my proteins from Decathlon. I would kill for one of these right now. Well, I'm not sure that's allowed. These masks are bad enough at the best of times, but when you're not having any water at all and your mouth's all dry and sticky, you just get fluff all over your mouth. That's not good. But I'm done for the day. Just got my petrol, bought some sunglasses at the petrol station. I think half the money goes to charity. I think. It's in Spanish, I couldn't really tell, but I think that's the case. So I've done my little bit for charity today. 8.5 hours since I've had some water. 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it's 30 degrees and I haven't had a drink of water for 11 hours. I'm allowed to swill but not swallow, so have a bit, give it to the birds.
What are you making bubbles, Daddy?
Well, it's not the same as having a drink, but it has refreshed my mouth a bit. 4 o'clock, 12 hours since I've had any water. I've decided I'm just going to lie here in bed until it goes dark. It's like waiting for paint to dry. At the back of my head, I've got a headache at the back of my head. I don't feel all that pleasant, just desperate for that sun to go down, then I can have a drink of water. Half past 5 in the morning. I don't really even like sardines. But you got to have something. So I won't be having any water for another 16 hours. So salty fish might not be the best idea to have right now. The cheese is a bit salty too. I've just started my day. 16 hours till water. By eating the most sticky dry food I could find in the house. It's been 9 hours since I've had a drink of water and I'm not feeling it too much today. In 30 minutes football's about to start. Now I know I'm not allowed any alcohol, but to not even have a glass of water while I'm watching the footy. Hungry and thirsty and 1-0 down. Positive happy thoughts. The power of positive thinking. Less than an hour until the sun goes down and I can have a go at some of these bad boys. Apparently it's tradition to break your fast with some dates. Not had a drop of water for 13 or 14 hours. It's interesting really because you're constantly dry-mouthed, and I don't know if that's like a reminder that it's Ramadan, a constant reminder. So if someone pulls out and you're in the car, you're gonna shout because you get road rage, but you've got that dry mouth and that just reminds you that it's Ramadan, and so it just changes your thinking a little bit. Your first thought is that my mouth's dry and that's because it's Ramadan. So maybe it's a very clever little ploy to constantly remind you to think good and do good. So that's sunset right there. It's time for iftar. And I've just gone a little bit dizzy, to be honest. So this is my first drink of any water in 15, 16 hours, something like that. Tastes so good. And it just makes you appreciate something as simple as water. Just being thankful for what you have. Gotta be honest, don't know what to expect. They're sticky. They're in there, I guess they're supposed to be sticky. Chewy, really sweet. I don't know if I like it actually. They're not unpleasant, but I don't think I'll be finishing the bag. Pretty tired. I feel like I've got less energy than I had doing the 48-hour fast. So I'm doing pretty much a 21 hour fast with a little 100 calorie in between. Oh, do you want to be on it?
How about you and me?
Fat Matt and Darcy Rose?
Yeah.
But you're not fat. Are you not? Are you fat?
You're fat?
Yeah, I'm fat, thanks, yeah.
And it's little.
You're little, yeah. Yeah.
And you're big.
Yeah, thanks, yeah, again, yeah. Fat shaming me, aren't you? So this is all about timing. Sun's just about there. I reckon that's 20 minutes before sunset.
Daddy!
And I reckon the rice here, I reckon that's about 20 minutes away as well. So hopefully I've timed this just right, so I should be having some yummy Thai green curry just at sunset. That'd be nice. We're gonna have a date. Wasn't all that impressed with him yesterday, to be honest, but we'll give it another go, stick with tradition. Nom nom. So just had my iftar meal. Only had like a little bowl. I'm absolutely stuffed off it. So I don't think you can really feast that much after you fast because your belly shrinks. I'm going to try a workout in the night time. So my first midnight workout. Let's do it. There's a certain peacefulness to training at night though. I quite like it. Very tranquil. I'm drinking plenty of water, but I'm still feeling dry-mouthed. Grumpy. Grumpy, grumpy, grumpy. I'm a bit grumpy today. I'm supposed to be having nice, happy thoughts, and I keep getting grumpy with the wife. It's not her fault. I'm just really, really grumpy. And I'm about to take the car for its MOT. Roasting. Can't even put the aircon in the car because it'll ruin the video sound. So still only another 8 to 9 hours till I have a drink. But there's a lot more people in the world, a lot more worse off than me. So count your blessings, as they say. Over 1 billion people do this every day for a month. I've only done it 4 days, I think. There's no real rest from it. I had no idea. People go to work and do their normal jobs every single day. I remember coming back from the airport once, and the taxi driver had a message over his car radio, and he stopped the car and he had a drink. I remember thinking, come on, I want to go home. Didn't even cross my mind that he hadn't had a drink for 17 hours. And over 1 billion people are doing little things like that every day for a month, every year. Oh, my number's up. Wish me luck. Well, my paperwork's okay, so I'm in at least. Not a bad day after all, eh? Sun shining, MOT's done. He even let me off for this, look at that. Little crack in the back light, he said just change it, I'll give you your thing, just get it changed. 7:30 now at night, day 3 or 4, I don't even know where we are. My head's not really working. This is definitely the hardest part of the whole thing, this last hour or so. I've got absolutely nothing. Make sure you press like on the video if you like this. Press like if you feel sorry for me. Just press like. Subscribe if you want to see more suffering. I suffer every week now, really. But I don't know why I couldn't just diet and exercise a bit.
Wesley Fofana with another clearance. And there is the full-time whistle.
And there we have it. So, the sun sets on the Premier League season. Man United lost tonight, so that means Manchester City wins. That's the end of the season, really. And it's the end of my fast for today, so let's have a little date to cheer me up. Every day, these get better and better. So here we are, 9 o'clock in the morning. It's been about 4 hours since I've had anything to drink. Already thirsty. 10 hours since I've had any food. And I'm about to do a PT session with Tibbsy.
Shoulder back as far as you can.
My mouth's so dry. I can't even swallow. Wow. Hot, sweaty, dry as a bone. But I managed it. Didn't have a drop of water. Shows it can be done. Didn't enjoy it, but I don't think you're supposed to enjoy it, are you? So it's strange, really. It's 2:30 in the afternoon, and I'm feeling better now than I have done all week. I've done that training session this morning. It wasn't a hard training session, but I did a training session this morning, and I feel more active and more alive and less thirsty and less tired than I have done all week. So maybe training is a better thing to do. If you can get through the training session, which was hard, if you can get through that session, then maybe it's better for you for the rest of the day. Day 5 is slowly coming to a close. Don't know if this is the last day of Ramadan or not. I guess we're going to find out in another hour or so. To signal the end of Ramadan, you have to see a slither of the crescent of the new moon, and apparently there's going to be 0.6% visible tonight, but whether it's actually visible or not, whether you can see it or not, will determine whether Ramadan goes on for an extra day or not. To be honest, I'm pretty chilled now. Normally at this time I'm getting desperate, but I think my body's becoming accustomed to it, or my mind maybe is becoming more accustomed to it, and I'm feeling pretty chilled about it. I have to go in now, Darcy. The sun's going down, it's time to cook some food. It's the end of the fast for today for Ramadan. Ramadan. Yeah, do you think Ramadan will be finished today? Mm-hmm. Can you see the moon anywhere?
Let me see, Daddy.
You see the moon?
I don't know.
No, if there's no moon, it means you have to do more Ramadan.
No moon.
No moon?
No.
You have to do more Ramadan. Well, can't see it, but it's up there somewhere. I've just been told tomorrow is Eid. Oh, now it's even 9 days Eid. Hey, party time tomorrow. Good stuff. What a great 5 days. Feeling really, really brilliant. Can't wait till tomorrow, having a little party with Wes and his family online.